Okay, so it seems that we have a little bit of an update on Vexoria, the Sun Eater. Now, this one's a pretty interesting one, as, you know, it's an announcement which has come out recently, which has definitely interested me and a lot of other VTubers as well, with many coming to her support and, yeah, kind of getting behind this change that she's making to some of her content. Now, I think this is a very, very interesting kind of move forwards, as I never even knew this kind of stuff about this platform, as I don't really use it. Obviously, we'll get into what exactly that platform is. But yeah, I do think it is a step in the right direction, and it's great to see that Vexoria has been kind of leading this. Now, essentially, what Vexoria has said is, I've decided I'm not participating in the Fansly leaderboard for December. Now, if you somehow don't know what Fansly is, obviously it's a website where you can kind of create kind of spicy content and stuff like that. And yeah, obviously, apparently they do a thing in December where essentially they have a leaderboard going on, which again is a pretty interesting thing, as she literally puts here, saying I'm going to be donating 20% of my December Fansly earnings to charity, and I encourage my vtuber peers to do the same. In December, we're going to be gooners for good. Here's why. And yeah, so she essentially puts a little message on exactly why she won't be participating in this Fansly leaderboard, and instead will be donating it to charity. She says, "Hi everyone, after some hard thought, I've decided that I don't want to participate in the leaderboard for Fansly in December. While I initially enjoyed the first one, but was woefully unprepared coming off hiatus, with each new one, I found myself growing frustrated, both with the fact that I need to come up with some new crazy incentives to make it worthwhile to compete with, but also because I'm being forced to compete against my friends. After talking this over with some of the other YouTubers in the space, we came to agree that we don't like being pitted against each other in a leaderboard race to number one," which, yeah, it's fair enough. Obviously, it's all about competition and stuff during this time, and it probably doesn't feel like a very nice environment when, obviously, a lot of, creators in that space like to support each other, like to kind of, spur each other on constantly, right? It just doesn't feel very good whenever you're, being pitted against each other to race to number one on a leaderboard. They say, "We want to create our spicy content for our communities and have fun. We want to express ourselves. We don't want to have to think of every possible way to encourage you guys to part with extra cash, especially around Christmas time. So that little ranking number goes up to the top. It doesn't feel right to me, so I've decided to step away from participating. That I believe instead in the spirit of cooperation. I think it would be wonderful for Fansly to create a shared goal incentive, something for all of us to work towards for good, or even something that encourages people on the site to be active and support their favorite creators without having to create competition. As always, I want to be a force for good things, and yes, that even applies to spicy content too," which, yeah, obviously, this is a pretty surprising one, considering, the connotations of Fansly and things like that. But, obviously, I do think it is a good idea. And, yeah, she says, so that what we're doing instead, I'll be donating 20% of all my earnings on Fansly in December to Make-A-Wish International instead. Instead of helping me to climb an international ranking number, you'll be helping me to raise money for a good cause and to help children whose childhood is stolen due to illness. Wish has the power to restore childhood, to show a child a life full of possibilities, encourage them to dream of the future. So please don't be surprised if you don't see my name on that list this month. It's not because, I don't believe in you or me or our community. It's not because I don't want to strive to be one of the first people you think of when you think of YouTubers. It's not because I don't value your support, because I would not be here creating the content I enjoy if it wasn't for you. It's because I don't want to compete with my friends. It's because I don't want to focus on making extra spicy content all month when I should be spending time with my community and my kids. It's because I want to work together with my friends and my community and do something awesome in the spirit of the season and cooperation. Christmas is for giving, not taking, so let's get gooning for good." So yeah, obviously that is what she has to say about that, and I do think that is a fair enough kind of statement to make about it. Again, I wasn't very aware of a whole leaderboard system that was going on there, and obviously I'm sure a lot of other YouTubers or VTubers or whatever will probably be participating either in it or either joining Vexoria and raising money for charity, which again, yeah, I didn't realize about the leaderboard. I didn't know that that was a thing, and obviously that does sound pretty weird in terms of like, yeah, you'll be competing against your friends and other people in the space, which just doesn't really create a good environment for the community in general. So I don't even know why they've done that in the first place. I guess it is just to make more money, right? But you got like PixOS saying goodness for good, say goodness for good, community over competition. Spite saying, you know, preach your truth. I said, someone has to say it. We've all been thinking and saying to each other behind the scenes about this. I'm just using that frustration and putting it towards something that might change a few lives for the better. That's even more saying, I love that so much. I said, thanks to this community, could always use them more good. WVEX, once again, community over competition. So this is an amazing idea. I really do hope other YouTubers follow suit. Any charity in particular, obviously, yeah, this is Make-A-Wish, is literally says it in the thing. I don't know why they didn't see that. But yeah, obviously, people say also another wonderful moment, Vex. Again, so much support from very many different VTubers and VTuber fans. And I'm sure there's going to be some people as well following suit and also doing exactly the same, either donating to the same charity or a different charity as well, which obviously is great to see. And hopefully this does obviously help either, you know, obviously the charity itself, but also help to kind of combat this competition, this kind of unhealthy competition which goes on over on the platform, which I think, yeah, obviously does provide not the best experience for a lot of people, right? And yeah, people have been talking about this over on virtual YouTubers too, saying good for good is charity I can get behind. Said, yeah, same here, honestly. I can agree with you on that. Obviously said good for her, wholesome of her. Normally, whenever I see one of these posts, it's sad. So good for good is a charity that sounds trustworthy. I hope she holds on to the receipts. That another Vexoria win. So yeah, a lot of people have been supporting her in this, and yeah, I think it is a good idea, and it's something that I think, you know, it's one of these things that only she and other people that she says she's been talking behind the scenes would actually know about, because again, us, you know, from the outside, we don't know anything about this. We don't really know what goes on apart from whenever the actual month is around, and if you're actually actively interacting with these kind of websites and stuff, then obviously you're going to know that's a thing. But as, you know, for the average like VTuber fan, you're not going to really know that this stuff goes on, and maybe this could provide a little bit more support over to her as well, because again, people want to get involved with charity regardless of the kind of content that comes with it. Again, I think that either way, it is going to be a great thing for the community in general, and hopefully this is something that, you know, continues and goes on every single time they have one of these leaderboard event things, right? And again, I'm sure, as I said, there'll be some other VTubers as well talking about this. Again, I don't think I've seen anybody announce that they're also going to be following suit unless they've quoted it. But again, I do think that yeah, some people will probably be doing some different things as well. Yeah, people said, I've always disliked the fact that Fansly has had a monthly leaderboard. It puts a lot of pressure on both creators and the community, and for what? To diminish someone's sense of worth, to flex, to compete, to compare, which again, yeah, 100% true. And yeah, so many people have been kind of getting behind this and supporting it, and hopefully yeah, it does take off, and more people actually kind of weigh up you know, being able to do this, and maybe think, hey, maybe I should do this as well. Because again, I do think that the competition isn't the best, and as she says there, you're doing something good at the same time as kind of actively fighting against that competition. But yeah, that's essentially an update on that. I just kind of wanted to give you guys a little bit of a video on this, because again, I did think it was very interesting. I never really heard of this before kind of happening. So again, I do hope that this all goes good for Vexoria. And yeah, I mean, if you guys did enjoy this video, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. Also, go to GameSubs, use my code Kazu, get 10% off. Again, they got a ton of really cool stuff over there. Definitely recommend checking it out. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. That's all. See ya.